Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1983 season is on the air. Today's date is June 12th, 1983. We are at the Cathedral of Baseball, Shea Stadium, where the greatest baseball team of all time resides. We got a big National League East matchup between the Montreal Expos and the New York Mets. The Expos come into this game a record of 28-25. They are 3 games above 500 and right now lead the National League East. The New York Mets are a surprising 26-28, only 2 games under 500 and only 2.5 back of the Expos at this stage. This Mets team in 83 was horrible, but right now they are right in this. How long will that last, though, is anybody's guess, as this team really only finished with 64 wins in 83. But we should have a good matchup tonight here at Shea Stadium. Ben Witz, Brian B, and XSG2 join us here at Shea Stadium. The Mets historically won this game 9-1. They crushed the Expos. 14 hits and no errors for the Mets, 4 hits and 2 errors for the Spos. But we know that Inside Pitch has a mind of its own. So as everybody is set and ready to go for some Friday night baseball, the Expos lead the division in the National League East. The Mets are only 2.5 back. They're under 500, but we'll see what the Mets can do. This is a big game, I think, for the Mets to try to get the 1 game under. Who knows? We'll see what happens, but I'm not expecting the Mets to make the postseason. I'm expecting a late season collapse. But even though in that case, our Section 518 is ready. He has his Corona, his popcorn, and his peanuts, and is ready to play. As Dice Baseball Digest, Tony Porter and Doug Hutt now join us here at Shea Stadium. So let's get started here and let's play some baseball. Starting pitcher for the New York Mets. Does he really need an introduction? I don't think so. Mr. Tom Seaver, Hall of Famer. Yes. One of the greatest of all time. Yes. And people say he is the greatest of all time. You can make an argument. 83 wasn't too bad. 9 wins, 14 losses, though. A 3.55 ERA tells me he didn't get any run support that year. As I said, that Mets team was bad. But we will see what happens tonight here at Shea Stadium. Shea Stadium in 83 was a pitcher's park. Only 116 home runs hit there, +1 to strikeouts and -1 to walks. So it is set and ready to go. The Spos and the Mets. Let's go to the top of the first and play some baseball. Leading off for the Expos, left fielder, The Rock, Tim Raines, Hall of Famer. I'm pretty sure none of you will doubt that. 298 average, 11 homers, 71 RBIs in 83. We're going to use blue, white, and orange dice. Mets are the home team. The fans are ready, hoping the Mets can get a win here over the Expos. Only 2.5 back here in the middle of June. Who knows what will happen today? And let's play some baseball. Seaver, 5-5, error on a throw. Raines, 1-3. That's a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Brian Giles. His error rating is a 6. That's a 1. He's going to throw the ball away. And first baseman Kingman is not going to make the play. And Raines is going to wind up at second base. So that's how you start. That's going to be an E4 on the E4 on Giles as he throws the ball away, and Kingman can't do anything about it, and Raines will go to second, and the Mets will start with an error. They didn't have any errors in the game historically. First error on the Mets. So a runner on second, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Brian Little, a 260 average, a homer, and 36 RBIs. Raines on at second, and he'll stay there. Seaver, 1-1. That's a walk +10. He'll walk Little. So Seaver maybe needs to settle down a little bit. First walk given up by Seaver. He had 81 of them in 83. And now we'll see the center fielder, the Hawk, another Hall of Famer, Andre Dawson. Absolutely. 299 average, 32 homers, 113 RBIs in 83. Already runners at first and second here. An error and a walk starts things off. Strategy roll, and Raines will stay at second. Seaver, 2-2. It's a blank. Dawson, 5-2. Base hit right past second base. And Raines will easily come around. He will score. And Raines, he will Little, he will have the speed. He'll get to third. And Dawson has an RBI single. And just like that, the Expos are ahead 1-0. RBI single for Dawson. And now we will see the first baseman, Al Oliver. And he was a pretty underrated player. 300 average, 8 homers, 84 RBIs in 83. Mets are going to play the infield back. It's early, but the Expos already have a 1-0 lead. Strategy for Dawson, and he gets the steal sign, and he's going. 14 plus 3 is 17. Hodges plus 1 is 18, and he'll steal second with not even a throw. So Dawson will steal second base right there. Stolen base for Dawson is first, and will re-roll the strat. And nothing happening on the 10. So now the infield is going to play in early to prevent the run. Seaver will pitch. Seaver, 6-2, range play. Oliver, 6-2, against a righty. It's a single pass short. It's a range play for Jose Oquendo. The infield is in. His range is a 1. That's a 4. It'll be a base hit. Little will come in to score. Andre Dawson's got very good speed, and he will come in to score. And Oliver has a 2 RBI single, and just like that, the Expos lead 3-0. Stadium and Section 518 groan. 2 RBI single for Oliver. In honor of my broadcasting, my pizza order includes a bottle of orange Fanta. There you go. Jeremy Brooks joins us here at Shea Stadium. So already the Expos are up 3-0 here, and they don't even have an out. And here comes another Hall of Famer, the kid himself, the catcher, Gary Carter, absolute Hall of Famer. 270 average, 17 homers, 79 RBIs. Still nobody out in the top of the first. Seaver having his issues here. Nothing happening on strat. Seaver, 3-2. It's a blank. Carter, 2-6. Base hit left field. It's a single. Oliver, base runner 3. A single to left -2 makes him a 1, but he'll hold at second base. And right now, Seaver can't get anybody out. So Carter winds up with a single. And now we will see the right fielder, Warren Cromartie, solid player, 278 average, 3 homers, 43 RBIs in 83. Runners at first and second, still no one out here. We're only in the top of the first. Strategy, nothing happening. Seaver, 5-1. That's a pitcher result. The 2 is gonna be an out. And that's a ground ball to second base. So 3-3-4. Shortstop pivot Oquendo 0. 1-4. They'll turn the double play. Oliver will get to third. So Cromartie grounds out into the twin killing. There are 2 outs, and boy, did Seaver need that. So a 4-6-3 double play. And now 2 outs. And here comes the third baseman, Tim Wallach. Always felt he was solid. 269 average, 19 homers, 70 RBIs. Oliver on at third, now 2 outs in the top of the first, and nothing on the 3. Seaver, 4-6, home run chance, righty, 1-13, 20 is too high. Wallach, 3-5, and he'll ground it to third. That'll be handled by Hubie Brooks. He'll get to that and throw it over to first. And end the inning. 3 runs, 3 hits, a walk, and an error. And we go to the bottom of the first where the Expos have taken a very quick 3-0 lead. Starting pitcher for the Montreal Expos tonight is Charlie Lee. And he's not bad. 16 wins, 11 losses, a 3.12 ERA in 83. So he's going to go ahead and pitch for the Expos. Seaver can pitch to both pitchers can actually pitch to 28 batters. Let's see if the Mets can get any back here. Davonine GLA joins us here at Shea Stadium. Leading off for the Mets is the center fielder, Mookie Wilson, who had the greatest at-bat in World Series history. 276 average, 7 homers, 51 RBIs in 83. Lee, 1-1, possible error. Wilson, 5-3. That's a fly ball to right field. And going after that is going to be Warren Cromartie. His error rating is a 5. That is a 5. And he's going to misplay it. And it's going to bounce off his glove. Wilson's going to wind up at second automatically. Let's see. He's going to wind up at second automatically. And let's see, does he take third? Yes, he does. So that's going to be an error. And that's going to be an E9 on Cromartie as it bounces off his glove, and Wilson will find himself at third base. So already so the Expos get their first error. They had two of them. In the game. Actually, I think he gets, let me see here, less than 2 outs, B6, less than 2 base advance. On 1 base advance. Batter, 2 bases. Actually, Mookie Wilson's on second base. He doesn't get the third. Don't get many of those. Wilson actually is on second base automatically on that. So we'll put him back at second because that's where he belongs. So that is an error. And now that will bring up the third baseman, Hubie Brooks. I always felt Hubie Brooks was actually a pretty solid player. Brooks, 251 average, 5 homers, 58 RBIs. Strategy roll for Wilson. He will stay at second. Lee, 1-5, strikeout, no. Brooks, a 3-3, and that's a ground out to short. That'll be handled there by Little. Little throws over to first, and Wilson will stay at second. So 1 out there, and that will bring up the right fielder. What might have been his rookie year, Darryl Strawberry, 257 average, 26 bombs, 74 RBIs in 83. Strawberry, what might have been. I'm pretty sure a lot of people here feel that if Strawberry had a full career and stayed off the junk, he would be in the Hall right now. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 6. Wilson will stay where he is. Lee will go ahead and he will pitch. Lee, 4-5 against the lefty. It's a blank. The Straw, 4-4. Ground out to first. That'll be handled there by Oliver. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that's out number 2. Wilson moves over to third. That'll bring up the left fielder, the $10 million bum, George Foster. He still hit 28 bombs in 83, though, with a 241 average and 90 RBIs. It still isn't that bad, at least not that year. Wilson on at third, and that's a 20. Lee finds it to the catcher. Catcher throws to third, and got him. Picked him off, inning over. A pickoff rating is a 4-9. That's a 5. They get Wilson at third, and that will do it. So no runs, no hits. There was an error, but Mookie Wilson caught sleeping at third, and that will retire the side. 3-0 Expos after 1. No, Brian B. You have to add 10. You have to add 10 to that number right there. Then you get the greatest team ever. I'm sorry there, Brian B. Your math is off by 10. Sorry. Okay, add 10, and then you'll get the greatest team. We go to the top of the second, 3-0 in favor of the Expos. And leading off for the Expos is the guy that Seaver was traded for in 1977, or one of them. And that is the second baseman, Doug Flynn, 237 average, no homers, and 26 RBIs. David Vega joins us here at Shea Stadium. Seaver, 4-3, that's at the park. Shea Stadium, 6-6, ground out to short. That'll be handled by Oquendo. And Oquendo tosses it over for the out. And now the pitcher, Charlie Lee, a 114 average and 3 RBIs that year. Seaver, 6-3, that's a blank. Lee, 3-3, grounder right back to the pitcher. Seaver will take care of that. And over to first it goes, 2 down. And now here's the rock. Raines reached on an error his first time up. Seaver, 5-5, error on a throw. Raines, 6-1, base hit right field. Strawberry's got it. His error rating is a 3. That's a 17. He won't make a throwing error, and Raines will hold it first. So Raines has a hit. It will now bring up Little, and Little walked his first time up. Raines had 90 stolen bases that year. If you want to call him maybe that year the Ricky Henderson of the National League, you could. That's a 3, and he's going. The only way he's going to be out is on a 20. And he's safe easily. Matter of fact, they don't throw. Raines goes to second. Stolen base for Raines. Second stolen base for the Expos in the ball game. Re-roll the strat. Raines will stay where he is this time. Seaver, 5-6, strikeout, no. Little, a 3-3, and it's grounded to first. That'll be handled by Kong. He'll take it to the bag himself and end the inning. A much better inning for Seaver. No runs, a hit, and a steal, but that's all the Expos will get. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Mets will once again be George Foster, who was at the plate when Wilson was picked off. Lee will pitch. Lee, 6-4, strikeout, 13 just missed. Foster, 4-1, ground out to short, easy play for Little. And Little tosses it over to first, 1 out. And that will bring up the first baseman, the guy himself, Dave Kong Kingman. A 198 average, though, 13 homers, 29 RBIs, and 83. I believe this was one of his later years for Kingman. So Lee will go ahead and pitch. Lee, 6-3, range play. Kingman, 3-6, fly ball, left field. Going after that is Raines. Raines' range is a 2. Nope, that's going to be a base hit, and it'll be a single for Kingman. Kingman gets the first hit for the Mets. He'll hold it first. And now the catcher, Ron Hodges, a 260 average and 21 RBIs that year. 1 out. Kingman had 2 steals, and he's not going to get any here. Lee will pitch. Lee, 4-1, strikeout, no. Hodges, 2-3, and it's a fly to left. This time Raines will get to that one, and that's a second out. And now the second baseman, Brian Giles, a 245 average, 2 homers, 27 RBIs that year. Yes, Hernandez is going to be on the Mets very soon. I believe he was done near the trade deadline. He is still a Cardinal. Kingman on at first, and he will stay there. Lee will pitch. Lee, 1-2, home run chance. And let's see, but that 15 is going to be too high. Giles, 1-2, he grounds it to short, an easy play there for Little. He's going to throw to second to get Kong, and that will retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Mets. Expos still have a 3-0 lead after 2. We go to the top of the third. Expos already have a 3-0 lead. Very hard first inning for Seaver. The Hawk will lead it off, Andre Dawson, and he got a single his first time up. Kevin O1SH joins us here at Shea Stadium. Seaver, 4-5, strikeout, got him, struck him out. First K for Seaver, he had 135 of them in 83. Next up is Oliver. Oliver got a single his first time up. Seaver, 2-3. That's a range play at the park. Shea Stadium, 6-5. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Okendo. His range is a 3. That's a 2. Nice play by Okendo. He'll take care of it and toss it over for out number 2. And now here comes the kid. Carter got a single his first time up. I remember Gary Carter trying to block the play. I tell you, I don't care what anybody says. If you were a base runner coming down the third base line, and Gary Carter was waiting for you, and you were still heading for him, you deserved what happened to you. I'm pretty sure here everyone will say Gary Carter had no fear. Seaver, 3-1. That's a walk plus 10. He'll walk him. And Carter will trot to first. Second walk given up by Terrific. And it will bring up Cromartie. Cromartie is 0 for 1. You're going to wish you had that gear on that Carter die. Seaver will go ahead and strategy roll first. And nothing on the 16. Seaver, 5-5. Error on a throw. Cromartie, 3-1. That's a double into left field for Cromartie. Left fielder is Foster. His error rating is a 2. That's a 17. So it's going to be normal runner advancement. With 2 outs, Carter has a base running rating of 2. Double to left, and that will be a -1. So only on a 1, Carter will score. He won't. He'll hold it third. Carter not very fast, so he holds at third base. Double for Cromartie, though, and will bring up Wallach. Wallach is 0 for 1. Carter on at third, Cromartie on at second. Again, the Expos are threatening. Strategy, nothing on the 14. Seaver will pitch. Seaver, 3-5. That's a walk plus 10, and he'll walk Wallach, and the bases are loaded. Third walk given up by Seaver, and here comes Doug Flynn. Flynn is 0 for 1. Flynn doesn't have any home run ability, so no chance of a grand slam here, but still, the Mets have the bases loaded here, no place to put them. 2 men down, strategy, and nothing on the 8. Seaver, 5-6, strikeout 11, that's going to miss. Flynn, 2-1, and it's a fly ball to left field. The Mets will get out of it. Foster will get to it, and he'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs, a hit, and 2 walks. The Expos had bases loaded, and they get nothing. They lose. Good day, sir. Leading off for the Mets in the bottom of the third will be the shortstop, Jose Okendo. 213 average, a homer, 17 RBIs in 83. Lee will pitch. 6-1 against the switch left. That's a blank. Okendo, 3-2, base hit right past second. And Okendo will get himself a single. That'll bring up the pitcher, the terrific one himself, Tom Seaver. He had a 156 average and 4 RBIs. He may be bunting here. So corners in expecting a bunt. Strategy, they're going to get that. So Lee is going to go ahead and pitch. And that's a 1-1, a possible error. Okay. So we may have an error on the bunt. So let's see what we get. Tom Seaver bunts that right back to the pitcher. And that is going to be a 3. It's going to be a successful sacrifice bunt. But Lee has an error rating of 4. And he will make an error, and that's going to be everybody safe. Lee's going to not field the bunt correctly, and everyone will be safe. That will be an error. So that's going to be an E1, which allows runners at first and second on a big-time error by Lee. He didn't make many of them, but he does there. And now runners at first and second for Mookie, who had the greatest at-bat in World Series history. Wilson reached on an error himself as well. Okendo on at second, Seaver on at first, and that is the second error. That's the second error on the Expos. They did have 2 errors in the game historically, so the Expos have now made their errors. Okendo second, Seaver first. Strategy, nothing on the 2. Okendo actually gets the steal sign, but he'll stay at second. Lee, 5-5, strikeout, got him. He gets Wilson. And that is the first strikeout for Charlie Lee. He had 137 of them in 83. And now here's Brooks. Brooks is 0 for 1. Runner still at first and second. Kirk Gibson would have a good argument, but he would lose that argument. Strategy roll, nothing on the 2. Again, Okendo gets the steal sign, but he will stay right there. Lee will pitch. Lee, 5-6. Wild pitch. Yep, the runners will move up. Lee throws a bad one. That goes to the backstop. And now the Mets have a chance here to get a couple of runs. Okendo on at third. Seaver on at second. Lee will now pitch. The infield is now going to play in. So now, even though it's a 3-0 lead, but they don't want the Mets to come back here, the Expos only have a 2.5-game lead on the Mets in the National League East. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Lee will go ahead and he will pitch. Lee, 5-1 against a righty. It's an automatic out, and that's going to be a fly ball to right. That's going to be caught by Cromartie for out number 2. Brooks, a sacrifice fly of 1, plus 1 to right, makes it a 2. Okendo doesn't score there. His base running rating is a 3. Cromartie a -1, a 2. Okendo will still score. He doesn't. Brooks can't bring him in. So fly ball to right field, and Jose Okendo has to stay at third. And runners at second and third. And now the batter is Strawberry. His midlife crisis continues to try to make an argument, but he loses that argument anyway. He can talk till he's blue in the face. Lee will now pitch to the Straw. Straw is 0 for 1, but now there are 2 outs. Strategy, nothing on the 14. Lee will go ahead and he will pitch. Lee, 4-1, strikeout, swing and a miss, struck him out. The Mets have runners at second and third, and they get nothing. They lose. Good day, sir. Second strikeout for Lee. No runs, one hit, and 1 error, and the Mets can't get anybody in. 3-0 after 3. Are the Mets going to sign Polar Bear? They're done negotiating. I think they're going to sign him. And after they do sign him, Polar Bear is firing Scott Boras. Because right now, Boras is preventing him from being signed by anyone. We go to the top of the 4th. And leading off for the Expos will be Charlie Lee. And he's 0 for 1. 3-0 Expos. Mets right now just not getting it done. Seaver, 2-2, blank. Lee, 1-3, swing and a miss. Struck him out. He'll go down on K's. And that's the second strikeout for Seaver, 1 down. Here's Raines. Raines is 1 for 2. A single, reached on an error, and has a stolen base. Seaver will pitch. Seaver, 1-5, strikeout, got Raines. Struck him out. 3rd K for Seaver. Seaver's got to have a good inning here. Here comes Little, and Little is 0 for 1 with a walk. Seaver will deal. Seaver 4-6. Home run chance, and that 6 is good. Against the righty, though, Little only can have a 1. And they're not even close. 3-4, but he does get a base hit to right field, so Little will get a single to keep the inning going. And now the batter is the Hawk. Dawson is 1 for 2 with a single. Little on it first, 2 outs, top of the 4th, 3-0 Expos. Little had 4 stolen bases. That's a 20. Seaver fires to first. Got him. Picked him off. Seaver gets Little, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit. A pickoff 1-4. That is a 3, and he got Little, and that will do it. And Dawson will have to wait till the next inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Mets need to do something here in this game. Leading off for the Mets will be George Foster. He's 0 for 1. 3-0 Expos. A bad first inning, but the Mets have actually made it interesting later. Lee, 3-2 at the park. Shea Stadium, 2-4, and it's a fly to right. Easy play for Cromartie, and that is the first out. Here's Kong. Kingman got a single his first time up. Lee, 4-4. That's a walk plus 10, and he'll walk Kong. So Kingman goes back to first on a base on balls. That's the first walk given up by Charlie Lee. He only had 80 of them in 222 innings pitched. That's not bad. Next batter is Hodges. Hodges is 0 for 1. Kingman had 2 steals, and he's going to stay right. He's going to plant himself at first. Lee will pitch. Lee, 4-6 against the lefty. It's a blank. Hodges, 5-3. Base hit right past short. Kingman will hold at second base. He's mud. And it's runners at first and second. Another chance for the Mets. With a runner in scoring position, here's Giles. Giles is 0 for 1. Fans here at Shea Stadium wondering the Mets are going to be able to break through. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 3. Kingman stays at second. Hodges on at first. Giles gets ready. Lee will deal. Lee, 4-5 against a righty. It's an automatic. Out! And that's going to be a ground ball to third. Where was it hit to? And that is hit down the line. So it can only be a 5-3 double play. So no pivot. So 2-1. So 2-1. So no pivot. So the only way they turn a double play is on a 1. That's a 3. Kingman is going to be forced out at third. And that's all they're going to get. And the runners will move, and that's 2 outs. The only play he had was the force out Kingman. So fielder's choice for Giles, but now 2 down. And here's Oquendo. Oquendo got a single his first time up. But now 2 down now, 3-0. So Hodges on at second. Strategy. Nothing on the 14. Lee will go ahead and he'll pitch. Lee, 1-4 against the switch left. That's a blank. Oquendo, 3-2. Base hit past second. Will that score Hodges? Yes, it will. Hodges will come around. He will score. Giles will have the speed. He'll get to third. Oquendo gets the Mets on the board. It's 3-1. RBI single by Oquendo. His second hit of the game. It will now bring up Seaver. And, of course, Seaver's batting. He reached on an error his first time up, but now 3-1 as the Mets are finally on the board here. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Strategy roll, and that's a 3. Oquendo actually gets the steal sign, but he'll stay put. Seaver can hit the ball, had a 156 average that year. Lee, 3-5 against the righty, though. That's going to be an automatic out, and instead it'll be a lazy fly ball to center field, and that will be caught by Dawson to retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and a walk. But the Mets are on the board. It's 3-1 after 4. Top of the 5th. And leading off for the Expos will be the Hawk, Andre Dawson, who was at the plate when Little was picked off at first. So Seaver will pitch. Seaver 1-2 at the park. Shea Stadium 4-3 single to center field with a possible double. Dawson rounding first. He's on his way to second. Wilson a +1 arm. That makes Dawson's base running rating a 6. They're not going to get him. Dawson gets the second easily. That's a leadoff double. So Dawson will turn that single into a double with that speed. And now here's Oliver. Oliver 1 for 2 with a single. Dawson on it, second. And that's a 20. Seaver turns around, fires to second, and got him! Picked him off! Seaver gets Dawson! That's the 3rd pickoff in this game. Dawson gets picked off. Wow. That's the 3rd pickoff in this game. Rare I get that. But Dawson picked off at second base by Seaver. And there's 1 out. So now Oliver will bat with the bases empty. He's 1 for 2. Seaver will pitch. Seaver 1-2. That's at the park. Shea Stadium 2-6. That's a home run to the pull side against a righty. Oliver needs an 8. That's a 3. And that's gone. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone. Home run, Al Oliver. Stadium groans. Oliver blasts one as he hits that one over the right field fence. Pretty good. And now the Expos once again have a 3-1 lead. It's now 4-1. Even though Seaver is considered one of the greatest of all time, Seaver did give up a good share of home runs throughout his career. Here's Carter. Carter's 1 for 1 with a walk. Seaver will go ahead and pitch. Seaver, 5-5, error on a throw. Carter, 4-5, and against the righty, it's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Brooks. His error rating is an 11. That's a 17. He won't make an error. What he will is make the throw to first for the out, 2 down. So 2 outs now for Cromartie. Cromartie is 1 for 2. Seaver had 1 pick in all of 83. Okay, well. So Seaver will go ahead. So if his pickoff rating should be a 1 instead of a 1-4, and I roll a whole bunch of 1s, what do you do then? Seaver will go ahead and pitch. Seaver, 5-4, range play. Cromartie, 6-6. That's a fly ball to center field. Mookie Wilson going after that. His range is a 3. He won't get that one, and that's going to be a double for Warren Cromartie. Cromartie gets himself a 2-bagger, his second double of the game. And he'll wind up at second base. So here's Wallach. Wallach is 0 for 1 with a walk. So Cromartie on at second, 2 outs. Expos now have a 4-1 lead here. Strategy, nothing on the 17. Seaver, 5-2, hit by pitch, plunk, ouch, and he hit Wallach. So he hits Wallach, first hit batter of the game. And I'll now bring up Flynn And Flynn is 0 for 2. So Cromartie on at second, Wallach on at first, 2 outs here. So Seaver will go ahead and strategy roll at first. That's a 10. Seaver will pitch. Seaver, 6-4. That's a blank. He's not tired. Flynn, 2-1. Fly ball to left. And Foster will get to that, make the catch, and retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, and a hit batter. A solo bomb by Al Oliver. And it's now 4-1 going in the bottom of the 5th. Charlie Lee back on the mound. And Mookie Wilson, who had the greatest at-bat in World Series history, will go ahead and bat. Lee will go ahead and pitch. Lee, 1-5, strikeout, too high. Wilson, 5-6. That's a fly ball to left. Easy play for the Rock. And he gets it, 1 down. Next up is Brooks. Brooks is 0 for 2. Lee will go ahead and pitch. Lee, 4-5 against the righty. It's an automatic out, and it's another fly to left. Another easy play for Raines. Charlie Lee cruising here, 2 down. It'll now bring up the straw, and he's 0 for 2. Lee looking on here, 2 men down. Expos lead 4-1. Mets look like they were going to make a comeback here, but right now, they're just not cooking with gas. Lee, 2-3, strikeout 14, swing and a miss, struck him out. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Lee. That's his 3rd K. And it is still 4-1 for the favor of the Expos after 5. We go to the 6th. Seaver can pitch to 2 more batters before he tires. Charlie Lee is the next batter. He's still got plenty in the tank. He's going to bat. This is 1983, not 2024. Seaver, 6-1 against the righty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is going to be the 4th K for the terrific one. 1 down. Here's Raines. And Raines is 1 for 3, has a single and a steal. Seaver, 3-4. That's a blank. Raines, 1-5. That's a grounder to first. Kingman will get to that one, take his time to the bag, 2 down. Seaver is now tired. He says he can continue to pitch. It'll bring up Little. Little is 1 for 2, a single and a walk. So Seaver sets in there and he'll pitch. Seaver, 3-3, strikeout, no. Little, 1-5, and that is a ground ball. That's a ground ball to third. That'll be handled by Hubie Brooks, and he'll take it and toss it over and retire the side. That's the first time Seaver has retired the Expos side in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th. But Ron Gibbs, you should not be giving up 9 runs to the Mariners. Well, hey, Pete Rose. Hey, Pete Rose never hit for the cycle in his entire career, and he hit for the cycle in my 1969 season. So there's no such thing as impossible. It just means it hasn't happened yet. Bottom of the 6th, George Foster leads off. He's 0 for 2. Lee will go ahead and pitch. Lee, 6-6, blank. Foster, 4-4, ground out to third. Easy play for Wallach. And over to first it goes, 1 out. Here's Kingman. Kingman is 1 for 1, a single and a walk. And now Lee will pitch. Lee, 3-6, strikeout. Got him. Called strike 3 on Kingman. And he'll have to go back to the bench thinking he should have swung at that. That is the 4th K for Lee. 2 down. And now here's Hodges. Hodges is 1 for 2. Hodges will bat. He is 1 for 2 here. Lee, 6-5. Error on a throw. Hodges, 4-1. That's a ground ball back to Lee. Lee's error rating is a 4. That's a 13. He won't make a throwing error to first. He will, however, get the out and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets. Still down 4-1 after 6. Oh, it's okay, Ben. Ben, it's okay. It's okay there, Ben. It's all right. I know you're not. It's okay. We're not. I know you're not knocking the ratings in inside pitch, which actually a lot of people do, and I understand that. You know, I don't like to discuss ratings of the game. That's just how Chris works his system. Okay, every game has a thing in ratings. I tell you that right now, and you will actually see that. And as soon as something arrives, okay, as soon as something arrives at my house, probably in a week, you guys will be seeing that. And I'm not going to tell you what it is right now. And what are we doing here? I guess we're going to the top of the 7th, right? Seaver is going to pitch the top of the 7th, at least start. He's due to bat 3rd in the inning. And here comes the Hawk, Andre Dawson. And he's 2 for 3, a single and a double. 4-1 Expos. Seaver will pitch. Seaver, 3-5. That's a walk plus 10. And no, that's not going to walk him. Dawson, 3-3. But he does hit one hard to center. That's a 7, and that's a double. So Dawson's going to hit a double off of Seaver against a righty. And Dawson has his 3rd hit of the game. 2nd double as well. So Dawson winds up at 2nd. It will now bring up Oliver. And Oliver hit a bomb his last time up. He's 2 for 3 and a single. Dawson on at 2nd. 4-1. Strategy rolls are still on. Nothing on the 17. Seaver, 3-2. It's a blank. Oliver, 6-5. Base hit past short. That'll be a single. And that is going to bring Dawson around. He will score. It's 5-1 Expos. Stadium and Section 518 groan. RBI for Oliver. That's going to be it for Seaver. He is done. And really not all his fault. So Seaver is done for the game. He is due to bat 3rd. So let's see what the Mets want to do here. And Carter is the next batter. And who the Mets are going to bring on to pitch. And they're going to go with, I think they'll just go with a short reliever. Coming on to pitch for the Mets is going to be Carlos Diaz. 3 wins, a loss, 2 saves, a 2.05 ERA. So Seaver leaves with the L. And Carlos Diaz will pitch. He can pitch to 6, but he may be only in there just to pitch for the rest of this inning. So 5-1 Expos, still nobody out. And Carter the batter. Another one? Oh, geez. Oliver on at 1st. And strategy rolls are now off. Pitcher versus batter. Diaz, 4-1, strikeout, too high. Carter, 2-1, and that's a ground ball to 3rd. 3-4-5. 2nd base. Pivot Giles 0, 1-5. Nope. The throw will go to 1st. Oliver goes to 2nd, and that's 1 out. They will not get the double play. And that's been the kind of game for the Mets today. It'll bring up Cromartie. Cromartie 2 for 3, two doubles. 1 out. 5-1 Spos. Diaz will pitch. Diaz, 1-5, strikeout, got him. He gets Cromartie. Diaz had 64 Ks in 83. It'll now bring up Wallach. Wallach is 0 for 1, walked and got hit by a pitch. Oliver on at second. Diaz will deal 3-4 against the righty. That's a walk plus 10. That will walk Wallach. So Wallach draws another base on balls. First walk given up by Diaz. He had 22 of them in 83. And the next batter is Flynn. Flynn is 0 for 3. 5-1 Expos here. Runners at first and second. Diaz will pitch. 3-6 strikeout too high. Flynn 1-4, and against the righty, it's a fly ball to right field. And that's going to be caught by Strawberry. And that will retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and a walk. But once again, the Expos looking like they're in control of this one here. And we are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next matchup will be tomorrow night. It'll be June 15th, and we're going to be at County Stadium, a big game in the American League East, as the Baltimore Orioles will take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Storm Davis will be going for the Orioles, and Rick Waits will be going for the Brewers. That will be tomorrow night's game. The Brewers and the Orioles right now are right back near the top of the AL East, chasing the Yankees and the Tigers. So that division suddenly got very interesting. A good matchup tomorrow night. The O's and the Brew Crew. Storm Davis and Rick Waits. That is tomorrow night on Inside Pitch. Bottom of the 7th here, Expos lead 5-1. And right now the Mets can't really get into this. Brian Giles leads off. He is 0 for 2. Mets historically won this game 9-1. But right now, this doesn't look too good for my Mets. Lee will pitch. Lee, 5-2. That's a walk plus 10. That will walk Giles. So the Mets do get the leadoff man on. And that is the second walk given up by Lee. And it will bring up Oquendo. Oquendo's 2 for 2 tonight. Two singles. Are the Mets signing Alonso? Are Mets signing Alonso? We don't know yet, but I think he's going to get re-signed here because Alonso's beginning to realize that Boras is a jerk. Giles on at first. Lee will go ahead and pitch. Lee, 2-2. Range play. Oquendo, 6-5. It's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Wallach. Wallach's range is a 2. Nope, it's going to be a base hit. And it's going to be a single past third. Giles will go ahead and hold at second base. He's got good speed, but he'll hold there. Oquendo gets his 3rd hit of the game. He's got 3 singles. We'll see a pinch hitter for Carlos Diaz as he comes out, and the Mets will go to the bench. And coming on to pinch hit for the Mets is going to be Danny Heap. 253 average, 8 homers, 21 RBIs. Danny Heap, who was also on the 86 World Champs, he will bat here. A chance for the Mets to maybe get something and get back into this game. 5-1 Expos. Lee will go ahead and pitch. Lee, 6-3, range play. Heap, 1-3. It's a fly ball to right field. Going after that is Cromartie, but he was excellent. His range is a 5. And he's got it. Giles, a base runner 4. Hit to right is a 0. And Cromartie, a -1, a 1-3. Giles will take third, and he will. Deep enough for Giles to take the extra base. That's a fly to right, though, and 1 out. And now Mookie, who had the greatest at-bat in World Series history, he's 0 for 3. Runners at the corners here. Mets got to get at least a couple of these men in if possible. Charlie Lee will be tired after Wilson, though. Expo bullpen getting ready. Lee will go ahead and pitch. Lee, 4-6 against the switch left. That is a blank. Wilson, 3-3, and it's a fly ball to left field. That's out number 2. Wilson, a sacrifice fly of 0, but hit to left, it's a 1. And he'll bring in Giles, just deep enough for Giles to score. And it's 5-2. Okendo stays at first. But now 2 outs. But they do get the sacrifice fly. Sacrifice fly to right. Out here, fix this. Now 2 outs. And the batter now is Brooks. So the Mets do get 1 back. And Brooks is up. Lee is tired. He says, I can pitch. So Brooks will now go up against Lee. Brooks is 0 for 3. 2 outs, but now a 5-2 ball game. Strategy rolls are back on. Strategy. Nothing on the 4. Okendo gets the steal sign. He says, I'm not going anywhere. Lee. 1-6, strikeout, 8, swing and a miss, struck him out, and the inning is done. That's the 5th K for Charlie Lee, but the Mets get a run. 1 run on 1 hit and a walk and a sacrifice fly. 5-2 now in favor of the Expos. We go to the top of the 8th. And Charlie Lee is the leadoff batter, but I think he's going to come back. So, but first the Mets are going to bring on a pitcher. So the Mets will bring a pitcher out, and it is going to be I think they go with a righty here. And coming on to pitch for the Mets is going to be Scott Holman. 1 win, 7 losses, a 3.74 ERA. Holman will be the 3rd Met pitcher. Charlie Lee is tired. He is done. And they will go ahead and go to the bench again. Go to the bench for him. So Lee leads with the W. And we'll see who the Expos want to bring on to bat. And it is going to be Terry Francona. 257 average, 3 homers, 22 RBIs. Terry Francona will bat for the pitcher here. So 5-2 Expos, now top of the 8th. Holman, 4-4. Walk plus 10, and of course that's a walk, and Francona will trot to first. So Francona draws a walk. Holman had 44 walks in 83, and of course the first thing he does is go ahead and walk the batter. Here's Rock Raines. Raines is 1 for 4, a single, and reached on an error. Terry Francona, Hall of Fame manager. You can make an argument. Holman will go ahead and pitch to Raines. Strategy rolls are back off. Holman, 2-2. That's an automatic out. And it will be a fly to right. Strawberry will get to that. And that is out number 1. Next up is Little. Little is 1 for 3, a single and a walk. Francona stays put. Holman, 5-4. That is a blank. Little, 5-1. Fly ball, center field. Easy play for Mookie. And he's got that for out number 2. And here's Dawson. The Hawk is having a great night tonight. 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a single. Francona will get on first. He'll stay there. 5-2 Expos. Holman with the pitch. Holman, 4-2. Error on a grounder. Dawson, 5-2. And that's not going to be an error. It's a slow hit ball to second base. It's picked up by Giles. Dawson's base running rating is a 5. The throw to first, and they got him. Side retired. What a play there. What a play there. And they go ahead and get him. As Dawson's base running rating is a 5, but that's a 6. They'll get him, and that will end the inning. Nothing across, no run, nothing across except the walk. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Leading off for the Mets will be the Straw, Darryl Strawberry. He is 0 for 3. Expos need a pitcher, and they're going to go with got a lefty and 2 righties coming up. I think you go with the righty. They're going to save Reardon. Coming in to pitch for the Expos is going to be Bryn Smith. 6 wins, 11 losses, 3 saves, but a 2.49 ERA. Smith's job is to get a hold. So here comes Bryn Smith. Jeff Reardon warming up in the bullpen for the Expos for the 9th, but Smith will go up against Strawberry here. Bottom of the 8th, 5-2 Spos. Smith, 2-6. Home run result, Strawberry. That's just no doubt about that one. Kaboom! That ball is pretty high. That ball is pretty deep. And that ball is pretty gone. Home run, Darryl Strawberry. A 2-6 is a straight home run result. Strawberry's got 20s, and that is out of here. Kind of thought sooner or later he was going to hit a bomb in one of these games I did. So Strawberry goes ahead and kills that. It's 5-3. Again, I bring in a reliever, and the first thing he does is either give up a hit or a walk. So now 5-3. And now the batter is Foster. Foster is 0 for 3. Smith will go ahead and pitch. Smith, 5-1, strikeout. He'll get Foster there. Smith had 101 Ks in 83, 1 out. The Mets are now only down by 2. And here's Kong. Kong is 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Smith will go ahead and deal. Smith, 4-1, walk. That's too high. Kingman, a 4-5, and it's a grounder to second base. Handled there by Doug Flynn. And he'll toss it over 2 down. And now here's Hodges. Hodges 1 for 3. Smith will pitch. Smith, 1-3, error on a grounder. Hodges, 3-3. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Brian Little. His error rating is a 9. That's a 5. He's going to bobble it, drop it, bobble it, drop it. By the time he gets it, Hodges on first. That's an error. That's going to be an E6 on Brian Little. That's the 3rd error on the Expos in this ball game. So Hodges is on first, and now here's Giles. Giles is 0 for 1 with a walk, 0 for 2 actually, but he has a walk. Giles not really a home run hitter, but he's going to stay out there. Hodges on at first. Mets have a chance. Strategy rolls back on. Nothing happening on the 15. Smith, 5-6, hit by pitch. Plunk, ouch. He hit Giles. That's the 2nd hit batter of the game. And now the tying run is on first. And the go-ahead run is at the plate. And the batter is Oquendo. Oquendo is 3 for 3 tonight. 3 singles. With a 213 average, they're gonna let, and with him having the hot bat, he's gonna swing. So Hodges on at second, Giles on at first. Bryn Smith comes into this game, and now Oquendo, not a home run hitter, but they would try to get somebody in. Smith will go ahead and pitch. 2 outs, 5-3. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 15. Smith looking in on Oquendo. Fans hoping that Oquendo can come through. Smith will pitch. Smith for 1. Walk. No. Oquendo. 6-2. And it's hit hard to right field. That's a 4. And it's going to be a double for Jose Oquendo. Hodges will come in to score. Will Giles score? Giles, 2 outs, base runner 5. That's a double to right, but a -3. A 1-2. Giles will score. He does. Tie game. Stadium cheers. Yay. A double for Jose Oquendo. He's 4 for 4. And the go-ahead runs at second base. We'll see a pinch hitter for Holman, as Holman will come out of the game. And we'll probably see a new pitcher as Smith is gone too. I'll choose the Expo pitcher first. So Smith is gone as he blows it. As Lee now gets the no decision and Seaver is off the hook. Holman now has a chance for the win. And we'll see a new pitcher for the Expos. And they're going to go with, I think it's a little late for Reardon, though. Let's see. They're going to go with Dan Schatzeder. 5 wins, 2 losses, 2 saves, a 3.21 ERA. Schatzeder's now going to come in to pitch for the Spos. And now we'll see a pinch hitter for the Mets. And they're going to go ahead with, they're going to have Bob Baylor. 250 average, a homer, and 30 RBIs in 83. So here comes Bob Baylor to bat for the Mets with the go-ahead run on second. Tie game at 5, and this game is now a Game of the Year candidate. And what do we always say? No lead is safe when you play inside pitch. Backwards K Baseball Network now joins us here at Shea Stadium. I think it's the first time you've been in the chat. Welcome, sir. So Oquendo on at second. Schatzeder is going to pitch to Baylor here. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Mets were down 5-1. They come right back. Strategy roll. Oquendo, he'll stay where he is. Schatzeder will pitch. Schatzeder. 5-2, strikeout 4, and he just missed. Baylor is a 2, +1 makes him a 3. That'll miss. Baylor gets the swing. 2-2, and it's a fly ball to left. And that's going to be caught by Rock Raines, but that will end the inning. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, a hit batter, and a solo bomb by Darryl Strawberry. We're tied at 5 after 8. But will we see some top of the 9th inning magic? 5-5, Expos and Mets. Leading off for the Expos will be Al Oliver. He has a bomb. He's had a good game tonight. 3 for 4, 2 singles and a bomb. And the Mets now going to go to the bullpen here. 2 lefties and a righty coming up. And coming on to pitch for the Mets is going to be a very young Jesse Orosco. 13 wins, 7 losses, 17 saves, a 1.47 ERA. So a young Jesse Orozco coming in here for the Mets. Jesse Orozco is not a Hall of Famer, but he does lead the league. He does have the most career appearances in baseball history. Don't know why you don't maybe put him in. You don't put him in the Hall of Fame for that, but maybe put him in the Hall of the Reliquary or something like that. I don't know. So here's Jesse Orozco. He'll pitch to Oliver. Oliver 3 for 4. Top of the ninth. Yeah, he played forever. Orozco will pitch. Oh, by the way, that glove you threw up at the end of 86 of the 86 World Series, that glove still hasn't come down yet. Orozco, 3-5, strikeout, and got him, struck him out. Gets Oliver, first K for Orozco. He had 84 of them that year. And now here comes the kid. Carter is 1 for 3, a single and a walk. Orozco will pitch. Orozco, 2-1, strikeout, no. Carter, 2-6, and it's a base hit. Carter hits one into left field, and the Expos have the go-ahead man on. Second hit for Carter. Here comes Cromartie. He's 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Carter had 1 stolen base. Strategy rolls are still on. Nothing happening. Orozco, very good at picking off base runners, though. Orozco will go ahead and pitch. Orozco, 2-3, range play. Cromartie, 3-2, fly ball, center field. Mookie Wilson going after that. His range is a 3, and he's got it. 2 outs. Nice play by Mookie Wilson. And that's out number 2. And now here's Wallach. Wallach is 0 for 1, walked twice and got hit by a pitch. Carter on it first, 2 outs here now, top of the ninth. Strategy, nothing on the 13. Orozco looking in on Wallach, and here comes the pitch. Orozco, 2-5, error on a grounder. Wallach, 5-2, nope, it's going to be a fly ball to left field, and George Foster's going to get to that, make the catch, and retire the side. No runs and a hit, still tied at 5. But now will we see some bottom of the ninth inning magic? Leading off for the Mets is Mookie Wilson, who had the greatest at-bat in World Series history. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Schatzeder, question is, are they going to let him pitch? Let's see. Wilson actually does a little better from the left side. Well, actually, not really. Not really. I got Reardon, but actually, I think Reardon actually may be worse in this case. I'll stick with Schatzeder. And he can pitch to... or is he tired? Schatzeder, no, he was not tired. When did he come in? Let's see. Bryn Smith after giving up the double. And then, no, Schatzeder can pitch to 5 more batters. Okay. They're going to let Schatzeder stay out there. So Schatzeder will pitch to Wilson here, bottom of the ninth. Chance here for the Mets. Section 518 and the stadium are right now flashing their towels. Schatzeder will pitch. Schatzeder, 5-2, strikeout, no. Wilson, 5-4, and it's a fly ball to center. And Andre Dawson will get to it. And that's the first out. Next batter is Brooks. Brooks is 0 for 4, looking for his first hit. Schatzeder, 1-6, range play. Brooks, 5-1. It's a grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Doug Flynn. His range is a 3, and he's got it. Nice play by Flynn. And he'll take care of that and toss it over for the out, 2 down. And now here's Strawberry. Strawberry hit a bomb his last time up. He's 1 for 4. They're going to let Schatzeder pitch to him. So Strawberry's going to have a chance here. So Schatzeder will pitch to Strawberry. Can Strawberry hit a big-time walk-off? Tied at 5, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Schatzeder, as baseball with the demos, now joins us here at Shea Stadium. And here comes the pitch. Schatzeder, 5-1. That's a blank. He is not tired. Strawberry, 1-5, and against the lefty, it's a base hit. Strawberry hits a single past second, and the winning run is on. And now, if there was any time for the $10 million bum to come through, it's right now a chance for George Foster. Foster is 0 for 4. Strawberry on it first, 2 outs. Schatzeder looking in on Foster. And Foster actually hits lefties a little better, has a little bit more power. Schatzeder due to bat second in the inning to get to the 10th. They're going to let Schatzeder go with this one. Schatzeder will pitch to Foster. Shea Stadium on their feet. Foster looking in. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 12. Strawberry stays where he is. Schatzeder looking in on Foster. Fans are loud. Schatzeder. 5-3. And against a righty, it's a blank. Foster. 3-2. And he came through because a 3-2 against the lefty is an H. You guys wanted a walk-off? You got to walk off. Kaboom! That ball is high! That ball is deep! That ball is gone! Walk-off home run, George Foster. The Mets win the ball game. Stadium cheers! Yay! And they'll go ahead and mug George Foster and Strawberry at the plate, and the Mets take a 7-5 win in the bottom of the ninth. The $10 million bum comes through. A 3-2 against the lefty is a straight H, which is a home run. That was the only way he was going to do that. And that ball is gone. 7-5 win for the Mets. What a ball game here at Shea Stadium. Section 518 goes nuts. Yay, yay! I'll have a beer. We'll be final line score and a happy recap coming up. By the way, that was 2 runs on 2 hits. For the Mets, 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. For the Expos, 5 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors. The winning pitcher is Jesse Orozco. He's going to wind up with the win. The loss goes to Dan Schatzeder. And no save on the play. As George Foster, the $10 million bum, comes through with a big-time bomb. What a way for Friday Night Baseball. We're not done. 10-minute ticker is next. So I guess what? I called that. So what? I guess I called that one. I called that one right. If there's any way for George Foster to come through for the Mets, he has to do it now. And, well, he does. ID Jester joins us here. Foster doesn't touch home plate. It doesn't matter. The winning run was on first base there, Utah Mike. I will take the victory. Thank you very much. The Mets will now go to 27-28, and the Expos now drop to 28-26. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Mets are going to get a victory here, 7-5, as George Foster blasts a 2-run bomb in the bottom of the ninth. Ninth inning magic strikes again. Let's see how the rest of the majors goes. June 12th, Baltimore at Boston. Let's see. Orioles 15-35, and that is 5. Red Sox 18-35, and that is also 5. They're going to extras. Baltimore rolls, both teams roll a 4. Baltimore's a 0. Boston's a +1. The Red Sox will get the win. Toronto at California. Toronto 19-36. That is 5. Angels 5-11 at 0. That's a win for the Blue Jays. Cleveland at Detroit in a doubleheader. Indians 9-14. That's 1. Tigers 13-11. That's 0. The Indians win the first. Indians 5-15. That is 1. Tigers 19-22. That is 4. And they'll split the twin bill. Yankees and the Brewers. Yankees 14-44. That's 5. Brewers 9-23. That's 2. A win for the Yanks. Texas and Minnesota. Rangers 5-64, and that's 7. Twins 3-63, and that is 6. That's a win for the Rangers. White Sox and the Athletics in a doubleheader. White Sox 20-46, that's 7. Athletics 4-54, that is 5. That's a win for the White Sox in game 1. White Sox 17-44, that is 6. Oakland 12-52, and that is also 6. They will go to extras. Oh, wrong dice. Let's see. White Sox roll a 3 +0. Oakland rolls a 5 +0. Oakland will win that one. They'll split the twin bill. Kansas City at Seattle. Royals 11-25, that is 3. Mariners 8-12, that's 1. A win for the Royals. Giants and the Braves. Giants 6-53, that's 5. Braves 14-21, that's 3. That's a win for the G-Men. Cardinals and the Cubs. Cardinals 11-52, that's 6. Cubs 13-55, and that's 7. The Cubs will get that win. Dodgers and the Reds. Dodgers 124, that's 2. Reds 0-63, that's 5. That game belongs to the Reds. Padres and the Astros. Padres 4-63, that's 6. Astros 7-36, and that's 4. A win for the Friars. Pirates and the Phillies. Pirates 122, that's 1. Phillies 6-34, and that's 3. It's a win for the Fightin' Phils. June 13th, California and the White Sox. Angels 9-62, that's 7. White Sox 15-54, that's 7. They will go to extras. California rolls a 1 -2. White Sox roll a 4 and +0. That will be a win for the Pale Hose. Yankees and the Indians. Yankees 15-15, and that's 2. Indians 16-23, and that's 3. That's a win for the Tribe. Baltimore at Milwaukee. Orioles 14-24, and that's 3. Brewers 6-65, that's 8. And the Brewers win that one over the Orioles. Kansas City at Minnesota. Kansas City 12-42, that is 5. Twins 11-21, that is 2. A win for the Royals. Seattle at Texas. Mariners 151, that's 4. Rangers 422, that's 2. A win for the M's. Dodgers and the Reds. Dodgers 266, that's 8. Reds 641, and that's 4. That'll be a win for the Dodgers. Padres and the Astros. Padres 716, that's 2. Astros 554, that's 5. That's a win for the Stros. Cubs and the Mets. Cubs 1153, and that is 6. Mets 815, that is 2. That's a win for the Cubs. Expos and the Pirates. Expos 663, and that's 7. Pirates 761, that's 6. That's a win for the Expos. Phillies and the Cardinals. Phillies 1015, that's 2. Cardinals 1361, and that's 7. That's a win for the Redbirds. June 14th, Yankees at Cleveland. Yankees 1346, that's 6. Indians 1663, that is 9. It's a win for the Tribe. Boston at Detroit. Red Sox 1022, that's 2. Tigers 1721, that's 3. And the Tigers will get the win. Kansas City at Minnesota. Royals 1145, that is 5. Twins 1825, and that's 4. So win for the Royals. Seattle at Texas. Mariners minus 313, that's 0. Rangers 544, that'll be 4. A win for the Rangers. Oakland at Toronto. Oakland 1136, that's 4. Blue Jays 1454, and that's 7. It's a win for the Jays. Braves and the Dodgers. Braves 1255, that's 6. Dodgers 312, that's going to be 0. A win for the Bravos. Cubs and the Mets. Cubs 1135, and that is 4. Mets 655, and that's 5. And the Mets get 2 happy recaps tonight. Expos and the Pirates. Expos 755, that is 6. Pirates 412, that's 0. A win for the Spos. Reds and the Padres. Reds 422, that is 2. Padres 1122, and that is 3. A win for the Friars. Astros and the Giants. Astros 1065, that's 9. Giants 961, that's 6. That'll be a Stros win. Phillies and the Cardinals. Phillies 1165, that's 9. Cardinals 724, and that is 2. And that's a win for the Fightin' Phils. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be at Milwaukee County Stadium as the Baltimore Orioles will take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Storm Davis will be going for the Orioles, and Rick Waits goes for the Brewers. Both these teams are right up there in the American League East. Got to get in that top 3. We're in the third month of the season. These games are being even more important. Baltimore, Milwaukee, Davis, and Waits. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. I think this game deserved it. Subscribe if you've not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. The New York Mets win it in a big-time bomb by George Foster in the bottom of the 9th. They beat the Expos 7-5 with a happy recap. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.